In the heart of Marrakesh, where the call to prayer drifts over red walls and crowded souks, there is one dish that tells the story of Morocco more clearly than any monument ever could. It is not flashy, it is not rare, and yet for centuries it has sat at the center of family tables, royal kitchens, village gatherings and Friday meals. That dish is couscous. At first glance, couscous may seem simple. Tiny grains, a ladle of broth, vegetables, maybe lamb or chicken. But couscous is far more than a meal. It is history rolled between the hands. It is memory steamed over simmering pots. It is the taste of North Africa itself. To understand couscous, we have to begin long before modern Morocco existed. Its roots stretch deep into the world of the Amazigh people, often known as the Berbers, the indigenous communities of North Africa. For centuries, they cultivated grains in a land shaped by mountains, desert, and trade. Out of necessity, skill, and patience, they developed a food that could nourish families, travel well, and adapt to the ingredients of each season. Traditionally, couscous was made from semolina, the hard part of durum wheat, but it was not simply ground and boiled. It was a craft. Women would sprinkle water over fine semolina, then roll it by hand so the particles gathered into tiny pellets. Those grains were dusted with flour, sifted, rolled again, and slowly built into the texture we now recognize as couscous. It was careful work, rhythmic work, and often communal work. Then came the steaming. Real couscous is not boiled like pasta. It is steamed, often more than once, in the upper chamber of a special pot called a couscousier, while a rich stew bubbles below. As the steam rises, the grains absorb flavor little by little, becoming light, tender, and fragrant. This technique is one of the secrets of couscous. Its simplicity is deceptive, because behind it lies patience. And patience defines much of Moroccan cooking. Marrakesh, one of Morocco's great imperial cities, helped turn couscous into a cultural symbol. For centuries, the city stood at the crossroads of caravan routes connecting the Sahara, sub-Saharan Africa, the Atlas Mountains, and the Mediterranean world. Traders brought spices, ideas, fabrics, metals, and stories. Markets filled with cinnamon, saffron, ginger, cumin, dried fruit, and preserved lemons. Over time, Moroccan cuisine became a meeting place of Amazigh foundations, Arab influence, Andalusian refinement, African exchange, and later global connections. Couscous absorbed all of it. In Marrakesh, couscous could be humble or elaborate. It might be topped with carrots, zucchini, chickpeas, pumpkin, and onions softened in broth. It might carry tender lamb, slow-cooked chicken, or sweet raisins and caramelized onions. In some versions, sweet and savory meat, in a way that surprises outsiders but feels natural in Morocco. Cinnamon beside meat, raisins beside spices, a soft balance of earthiness and warmth. But couscous is not just about flavor, it is about ritual. Across Morocco, couscous is especially tied to Friday, the holiest day of the week in Islam. Afternoon prayers, families gather for a shared meal, and couscous often takes center stage. The dish arrives in a large communal platter, placed in the middle of the table. Everyone sits close. Everyone eats together. It is a meal that encourages conversation, gratitude, and belonging. And that may be the true meaning of couscous. Because in Marrakesh, food is rarely just fuel. It is hospitality, it is identity, it is the gesture that welcomes a guest, marks a celebration, or comforts a family. A steaming plate of couscous says, "You are home, you are included, you are meant to share this moment." Over time, couscous traveled far beyond Morocco. It spread across North Africa, then across Europe and the Middle East, and eventually around the world. Migration carried it into new kitchens. Industry turned it into a convenient pantry staple. In many places today, couscous can be prepared in minutes from a box. But in Marrakesh, the deeper meaning remains. There, couscous still carries the echo of hands rolling semolina, of steam rising from clay and metal pots, of recipes passed not through cookbooks first, but through mothers, grandmothers and neighbors. In 2020, couscous was officially recognized by UNESCO as part of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity, shared by several North African nations. It was a recognition not just of a food, but of a way of life, of agricultural knowledge, culinary skill, and social tradition preserved across generations. And perhaps that is why couscous endures, because in a rapidly changing world, it offers something old and steady. It reminds people that the best dishes are not always the most expensive or dramatic. Sometimes, the most powerful meals are the ones shaped by repetition, care, and time. The ones that bring people back to the same table, week after week, century after century. So when you look at a plate of couscous in Marrakesh, you are not just looking at grain and broth. You are looking at trade routes and family customs, at indigenous ingenuity and urban history, at the blending of desert resilience and imperial splendor. Tiny grains, a vast story. And in Marrakesh, that story is still steaming.